Welcome once again to St Augustine's with St Luke's Bromley Common. My name is Steve Spencer and I am the vicar here. And I'd like to just bring a couple of thoughts to you this morning with regards to Mothering Sunday. And although we may not be able to join together to celebrate this, it doesn't mean, of course, that we forget it. And so we'd like to just a few thoughts on this and our readings that we're going to help us along with that. Colossians 3:12 to 17 and John 19:25 to 27. Alan is going to bring that to us now.
Colossians chapter 3 verse 12. As God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness and patience. Bear with one another, and if anyone has a complaint against another, forgive each other, just as the Lord has forgiven you. So you also must forgive. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony, and let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you are called in one body, and be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly. Teach and admonish one another in all wisdom, and with gratitude in your hearts, sing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs to God. And whatever you do, in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. Our gospel reading this morning is taken from John's Gospel. It's chapter 19, verse 25. And we're at the cross. Meanwhile, standing near the cross of Jesus were his mother and his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Cleopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing beside her, he said to his mother, "Woman, here is your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Here is your mother." And from that hour, the disciple took her into his own home.
Our reading in Colossians, in the wider sense, it talks about children, not of a child of one woman, but us as the children of God, and how our lives need to reflect a mother's love, reflect God's love, as we think about compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. And then, of course, we get that overwhelming sacrificial love of Jesus Christ himself upon the cross. Love, if you like, in the big picture, as he gives his life for all. But also, we see love in its smallest sense as well. When Jesus, dying on the cross, yet has the foresight to say to John, the disciple, "Dear woman, here is your son," and to the disciple, "Here is your mother." He hands his own mother, Mary, into the hands of the disciple. Jesus, of course, never forgetting his mother's love. And so, on Mothering Sunday, our needs need to be one that is far greater. We have enshrined it as Mother's Day, and rightly so. But I think it says more about something that is more important. I would say, and especially in today's climate, it's about families. It's about communities. It's about having a sense of purpose, allowing love to grow. And of course, and rightly so, we liken that to a mother's love. When I look at mums and dads, come to that, of newborn babies, I see how tired they are, how nervous they are, making sure that they are caring for all the needs of their little one. And like any new parent, they are giving of their all, so that the needs of the child comes first. As a Christian, I unashamedly liken that to God's love for us. For he gave of himself in the birth of Jesus Christ and made the sacrifice for us all upon the cross, so that the gap between us and God is filled by him. Colossians tells us, as we've already read, to clothe ourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness and patience. Virtues, when we look at around the world, can seem all too often in short supply. Yet maybe things are changing. Maybe because of this virus, it has helped us to remember love in the biggest sense, as we come together as community, as we think of others instead of oneself.